Just talk about your time.
I can go high to low.
What is going on, guys? It's Nico Sharp here for another episode of Sharp Segment. We're going to be doing a different look. We're going to be doing more of a podcast with you guys. We've seen me in the batting cage doing a hitting segment, see me on the field doing pitching segments. Now going to be doing a podcast with you guys and doing an all sports coverage, whether that's MLB baseball, NFL, NCAA football, tennis, hockey, basketball, UFC, you name it, we are going to cover it. So we're going to be doing a little quick segment here just as an introduction to this Sharp Segment podcast session. Going to be covering a couple different quick topics. We'll start with the NFL. Exciting weekend of football. Baltimore Ravens looking great on Monday Night Football. Lamar Jackson leading the way. 5 throwing touchdowns for him on the week. 281 yards in the air, 52 yards with his feet. Had a great amount of success in that game. He looked great as ever. And part of the reason he found that connection back with his tight end, Mark Andrews. For you fantasy owners, Mark Andrews has always been the tight end. But so far this season, haven't found that connection so far. But boom, in these past couple weeks, they have absolutely found it. Mark Andrews having 4 receptions with 2 of them in the back of the end zone. Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson seeming to find that connection back once again. But it's hard to talk about the AFC without talking about those Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes leading the way to a team at a 6-0 start. And that hasn't been easy when you look at the injuries that the Kansas City Chiefs have suffered to start off the year. Cornerback Jalen Warren has been out. And then on the offensive side, their skill players have been on the injury bug. Juju Smith-Schuster, Rashee Rice, Isaiah Pacheco, Marquise Hollywood Brown, all finding time off the field due to injuries. Some of them out for the entire season, while some of them missing a big portion of the season. But still, it's been Patrick Mahomes leading the way to a 6-0 start. And Kansas City Chiefs fans are even getting a little bit more excited with the news that just came out as they're signing and trading and finalizing the deal with DeAndre Hopkins, another veteran wide receiver for Patrick Mahomes. And even with these injuries being 6-0, add another great veteran weapon to the locker room. So Kansas City Chiefs fans and the AFC are even getting a little bit better. Transitioning into the MLB, the World Series Game 1 starting Friday night. It's going to be in Los Angeles as the Los Angeles Dodgers will host those New York Yankees. In a big matchup, Garrett Cole going to get the ball for the New York Yankees for Game 1, as many of you guys may have expected. But there was a couple question marks when it came to how the pitching staff was going to be handled for the Los Angeles Dodgers. You know, few people and experts thought it could be Walker Buehler. He was set to start Game 7 of the World Series in the NLCS if needed. But obviously, Dodgers got it done in 6, so Walker Buehler got the rest. But with the extra couple of days, the Dodgers are going to go with Jack Flaherty to get the Game 1 start in Los Angeles as they host those big bad Yankees. Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo, that big trio in that lineup have been absolutely explosive. And they've showed it all playoffs long, especially in that ALCS. But then you have those Dodgers who've looked great all season. These have been the star-studded teams of all season. You have Shohei Ohtani having the historic 50-50 season, 50 stolen bases, 50 home runs. He has done it absolutely all. He has been hot, but there's been a couple question marks. Will Freddie Freeman and that ankle hold up, and will he be healthy for this series? So tune in for that. Going to be giving you guys updates as those updates come along to us. Moving on into the weekend, UFC 308 is just around the corner. That is going to be this Saturday, and it's going to be in Abu Dhabi. So fight fans, have to get up a little bit early if you watch the early prelims. Those will start at 9 a.m. Central Time. So usually fight fans will have the main card start at 9 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be at 1 p.m. this Saturday. Again, it's going to be in Abu Dhabi, so fight fans, be sure you cannot miss it. Something else you cannot miss is we're going to have a breakdown for you guys. If you guys are new fight fans or just a UFC fan in general, be sure to tune in. We're going to have a breakdown of this weekend's fight card coming out later this week, so be sure to tune in for that. Super excited. Going to have a guest alongside with me, and we're going to do a breakdown of the fights and really break down each fighter when it comes to Ilya Matador Topuria, the current featherweight champion, taking on Max Blessed Holloway. And if you guys saw UFC 300, that was absolute fireworks. Max Holloway looking at his best, and his striking was pure as can be, fighting against Justin Gaethje. So he's coming off a huge win, and Topuria, undefeated, never lost in his MMA career, but he's fighting someone whose striking has been at its utmost best. So that is going to be absolute fireworks. And don't just tune in for that main event. Take a look at that co-main. That matchup is going to be so exciting. Some fight fans weren't sure if we're going to be able to get it, but it's going to be Robert Whittaker fighting Khamzat Chimaev. Another big explosive fight. Two guys who are right at the brisk of that championship contending match. Obviously, Robert Whittaker lost his belt a couple years ago to Israel Adesanya. He's trying to make his way back up, and it's been Chimaev, who is undefeated, never been beaten once again. They've been so exciting in every one of his fights. So those are two guys right on the brisk of the final of the belt contention. So this will be a number one contender fight that you will not want to miss, and that card is also very deep. That breakdown is going to be coming a little bit later this week. So once again, tune in. And guys, we're going to be covering all sports. So we heard a couple there. We're going to be talking about NCAA baseball when that comes around. Basketball, that season is just now starting. If you have any kind of sports media and you follow anybody and you're a sports fan, then you did not miss LeBron James getting to finally play with his son, Bronny James. After all of those years, it finally came to fruition, and LeBron James has once again made history. Even 20 years into his NBA career, he has found ways to still show us something that we have never seen. So it has been unbelievable. That season starting up, the hockey season, NHL, has been just now starting up, and now that season is beginning to roll. So that we're going to be covering that as well, and tennis as well. Moving into the 2025 year, Grand Slams are going to begin to pick up. We have a couple guests that we're going to bring in to, give us a little bit of analyst of tennis and the seasons that go around and the traveling that gets involved there. And with the connections that we have been able to make throughout the years, whether it was the Cape Cod Baseball League that I was able to work in production as well as broadcast for the past 2 summers, or just in my experience as a college baseball player, I formerly played at the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith, was a pitcher for a couple of years. So my history of baseball, or just friends I've made along the way that I've been able to connect with, going to hear their stories, going to have them tell you their experience and their specific sport, as well as give a little bit of an analyst of what's going on around you. So be sure to tune in and subscribe, drop a comment, let us know what you guys want to see. Again, if you're a sports fan, this is where you want to be. Let us know what you want to see. And again, come check us out next time.